So you have to weigh into that, just how vulnerable that makes you guys for that play.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's a fair question. It really is. But you also have to weigh in the risk and reward on that play, and they took a huge risk and they got a huge reward, and most people don't do that at times in that situation. But could I have had them in a different call? Definitely, and that's totally on me. It's not on the players at all, and I told them that, and they know that. And what we're gonna do is we're not gonna dwell on it. It's like when we win games or when we have great plays, like when we had to play with DJ and he stopped the fake. We got to move on. Like we can't beat our chest and say it's great, and we can't dwell on that play and not get ready for Cincy. So they got us. We got to move on, and that's part of it. Like you go into every game thinking you have a great game plan, you really do, and what you work on in practice, what you work on in meetings. Countless hours of practice on the field, countless hours of preparation. And when things don't work out, they're frustrating. And when they do work out, they're extremely rewarding. But whether we win or lose, have a good play, bad play, still got to move on. And that's what I'm telling the guys. And the competitive fire that drives us is the fire for us to want to be a part of something special and stop a play like that. So that's where we are on that one, guys. And those are all fair questions. Go ahead, you got another one?
No, they had to have those two things that you had to refer to, the play at Trent, and then that other thing happened, the punt return happened so quickly.
Sure.
That's two gut punches. How did you think they responded the rest of the way?
Yeah, I think in this league, and I've been coached 16 years, even more than that if you count other years, but that happens every Sunday. So you got to be able to respond in terms of if you get punched or not punched. The Trent Cannon play doesn't happen every. That doesn't happen all the time. It's not what I'm saying, but it's gonna happen. So we're all professionals, and we have to move on. And they responded decently for a bit, and we all did. But then we had another negative play in the ball game. So we can't have those plays happen and expect to win. And I know that, and I got to get better as a coach. And all those guys in the locker room are telling me, "Hey, we got to play better." And I'm telling them, no, I got to coach better. And that's what kind of family we have. That's what kind of team we have. So I just got to be better as a coach. And they got us on that play. And then they got us on the kickoff play where they punched the ball out on kickoff. Their kickoff coverage, our kickoff return. And it's frustrating. Trust me, it is. But we got to move on. We got to move on, and we got to go to the Bengals.
The returners have to hold the ball and the arm that's closest to the boundary, correct?
Depends. I mean, you would like them to do that. You would like the returners to hold the ball and their arm closest to the sideline, but all returners don't do that.
But he's a veteran too, so it's not that's something he knows too.
Sure, Travis.
He hasn't been in that position in a while.
No, I mean, we coach ball security. Travis practices on that all the time. And this is an organization I've been with that we talk about ball security more than any other organization that I ever been with. Every day, every week, we have time allotted for it. And Travis has been in this league a long time. Travis knows he needs to hold on to the ball. But again, I got to coach him better. I got to get the ball in his other arm. And even if the ball's in his other arm, he still got to hold on to it. And the thing you have to know on kickoff return, when you're a kickoff returner, is when the traffic comes, you need to put the offhand on the ball. We got 7 points of pressure that we talk about, that Bobby T talks about. We got all kind of dialogue and dissertation on how to carry a ball, how to do a ball. And we didn't do it in that situation. And that's on me. And we gotta hold on to the ball.
When you're facing a team with 8 losses, they're liable to try something like a fake punt because they're desperate. I mean, was it just one of those situations where you weren't expecting to do it backed up like that?
Anytime. We played desperate teams in the past, especially when we were rolling on our Super Bowl run. We've played desperate teams all the time. So they had the perfect play in that situation, and we played a ton of desperate teams that didn't do it. But they got us, and they got us. So,
Richard, against the Vikings, they had the kickoff return touchdown.
Yeah.
And Seattle wasn't wonderful.
Sure.
You mentioned 16 years in the league. Is this the most kind of personal adversity you felt like you faced?
Yeah. Well, it's football. Like to me, football is personal adversity, and it builds character. And that's what I like about our locker room and our guys, because we got the right type of character guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to work like we always done, just like we do after a win or a loss. and I need to coach better, and obviously they feel like they need to play better. We've had 2 weeks that are not up to our standard in a row, and we can't have that happen if we want to go where we want to go. And we know it's not up to our standard, and I believe that we'll get back to our standard. Yeah, so, I mean, they know. We played 3 bad games this year. 2 Seattle games and a Minnesota game. Every other game, I have to give those guys credit because they went out there and they did what they were supposed to do. And they did a hell of a job. And those other 3 games, when we didn't play well, that falls on me. And I got to get them better.
Kyle's talked about Ambry Thomas as having his best game on special teams. What did he do so well?
Ambry did. He just is developing more confidence, and he's playing faster, and he's starting to learn how to read returns more, and he's just developing more of a mindset of what it takes to play special teams. And he had 3 tackles in the ball game. We put something in for him that allowed him to go and use his talents the way he knows how to use them, and he felt confident. He was excited about it. He was in my office yesterday again, geeked up. What's the plan this week? So these guys are ready to go. They're ready to respond. And that's what life is. Life is challenges. And what I tell them is, we got to respond, man. That's what we have to do. And Ambry had some adversity early on. He did. He didn't get a chance to dress and do some of those things, but I couldn't be more proud of the way he's responded. But that's what our special teams room's about. Trent Cannon had some adversity in the beginning. You guys remember that. You guys were all over. We were all over Trent Cannon. I was as a coach. You guys were. Everybody was. And he responded and played at a almost Pro Bowl level. Mitch had some things that he wanted to get better at this offseason. He's gotten so much better in punting and responding to adversity. That's what I want to do. I want to build guys up, build their character, make them respond to adversity, teach them fundamentals, technique, and help the football team while doing it. And I can't wait to go to practice. These guys can't wait to go to practice. We can't wait to get back out there, all right, and respond to the challenge that's ahead of us, because that's football, and that's what we do. That's what we do as coaches. That's what we do for a living. So I love it. I mean, I don't blink in adversity. It's time to respond now, and the guys know.
Is there anything specific that you want to fix on kick coverage after they had a couple big returns in Seattle?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things in that area we need to get better on, and we're working to get better on that in those areas. The guys are working on getting off blocks. I'm working on my calls, what I'm calling for them to get off blocks and to set them up in different positions. And then they're working on tackling, and we're gonna work on it again today. We've designed some drill work today, cut out just for kickoff coverage. We're always gonna do what we always do, but we want to do something a little bit different that we do in training camp today to work on our tackling and work on getting off blocks. And these guys are gonna work their tail off. I don't have any qualms about how hard they're gonna work and try to get back after it. And they're gonna play with relentless effort, and they're gonna go out there and try to put something on tape that we can be proud of.
Richard, not to make excuses for you since this happens all the time in the NFL, but was Sunday uniquely challenging just because Sherfield didn't play in special teams? Cannon obviously got hurt. Marcel wasn't there. Flanagan Fowles was mostly defense. I mean, just obviously there's a trickle down effect. Was that uniquely challenging, or just kind of just another week?
I mean, sure, but you know me, I'm not gonna make excuses. Like, it happens all across the league all the time, and it's my job to, whether it's uniquely challenging or just another day, we got to go out there and we got to play and make plays, and I got to get them ready in the right situation to go out there and make those plays. My dad, obviously, God rest his soul, my dad doesn't allow me to make excuses. So to me, like, it doesn't matter what players on the field. We got to get them ready to go because the team needs us to get them ready to go. And that's our focus against Cincy, is to get them ready to go. So, I mean, that's just where I am. It is challenging, but it's no excuse. No excuse. I don't care when they got here. I don't care if they just got here. I don't care if they've been here. No excuses.
Just one extra.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt. What you got?
Yes. What kind of challenges do you face this week against Cincinnati? What's kind of a hallmark of their special teams?
Well, Cincinnati, I'm glad you asked. They've been outstanding on special teams. for years with Darren. He's been there 19 years as a coach. He's a phenomenal coach. He knows punters and kickers and special teams just as well as anybody, you know. They've got a good returner in Darius Phillips. He's a good player. He's a 4-3 player. They've got a really good core. Got a former Pro Bowler over there, Michael Thomas, who I actually know personally, but he's a good player. He's actually from the same area of Houston I'm from, and he's a really good player for them. They picked him up, and he's a challenge. We got to make sure we get him taken care of. And they got some really good players. 17, Stanley Morgan's a good player. So they play sound. They play relentless. They get after it. I mean, they've been good for years. And it's going to be a huge challenge for us, but we're excited for the challenge. We can't wait to play these guys. I'm just telling you. So it'll be fun this week.
All right, guys?
You guys good?
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.